Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be blocking off the front of the hive to about 4 inches, and then I'm going to be covering it with hardware cloth to help keep the mice and rodents out this winter, because they will go inside of the hive and take nest, and we don't want that. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So if you're interested, then follow me along. So sometimes you just gotta improvise, and that's what I just did. So the interest reducer that I bought actually doesn't fit this particular kind of Langstroth hive. So I just took a bunch of long popsicle sticks and I just shoved them in there until until it was super tight, and I just I put as many in there that would make it super tight, and then I just look at those pollen pants. Oh my lord, girlfriend. But yeah, and then I just shoved them in there real tight, and now I'm about to put this hardware cloth over the rest of the entrance. I'm gonna use a staple gun for that. I'm done. It's all you gotta do. And now mice can't get in, and cold can't get in either. Look at all the pollen, guys. Oh my lord. So we just finished doing the last part of our winterizing for the hive. As you can see, we brought it a lot closer to the ground, and that's to help with the wind. We put another hard cloth in front of the other hard cloth, kind of a little bit off to the side, so that mice can't get inside, because mice can get into really small spaces. So we did that so that obviously rodents can't get inside, but the bees still can. And they're a little bit confused right now because they're so used to their entrance being much higher than what it is right now. And then we took the bottom board out. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to shape it down a lot more so I can easily get it in and out of the bottom of the hive. And then I'm going to put it back in, but I'm not going to put it directly into the top slot. I'm going to put it into the bottom slot because that way in the winter time they'll have some ventilation. And then the last part that we have to do, which is really easy, it'll take 1 second, is we've got to just elevate the back of the hive so that any moisture that collects inside the hive will, funnel out the front of it. So that is basically it. Oh yeah, we took the strips out of the hive as well. The hopscard mite treatment strips, we took them out of the hive as well so that they don't develop an immunity to them. So you're only supposed to keep them in about 30 days after treatment, and then you gotta take them out so that the bees don't, develop a resistance, or not the bees, sorry, the mites don't develop a resistance against the treatment. So that is it, pretty much, guys, on how we've winterized our hive here in California in the Central Valley. Our winters are pretty mild, and there'll be probably something blooming here all year long, so they'll probably have food all year long. And so I'm not too worried about, them getting too cold or anything, since it doesn't get below like 30 degrees here most winter nights. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Take care. Hey guys, so we are in the springtime, and we actually are located at our new property. I don't know if I mentioned it in any other videos, but the goal was to move out to the country on some acreage, and we did actually achieve that goal, thank God. So we are here now at our new property, and you can see our beehive right there. But we are in the springtime now. It is actually the end of May. It'll be June 1st tomorrow. And I wanted to update with you guys with exactly what happened with our hive in the wintertime, if what we did was enough, and all that good stuff. So To start out, our hive is still alive. As you can see, it is actually thriving. It's doing really, really well. An interesting thing was that our hive actually didn't really eat a lot of the flow hive. So we did leave the flow hive, which is the top box. It was completely filled with honey, and we left that for them for the entire winter time instead of harvesting it, because we wanted to make sure that they had enough food so they wouldn't starve in the wintertime. Because as you guys know, where I live in the Central Valley, or where I did live in the Central Valley, because now we do live about 45 minutes away. Sorry about that, I got a call. Anywho, so yeah, we do live about 45 minutes now away, so we're not in the Central Valley, but we are in an area that still has lots of blooms, maybe not as many blooms as it does in the Central Valley, so we probably will most likely have to leave just as much honey in the hive as we did last year, just in case. But interesting enough, because in the Central Valley there's blooms pretty much all year long, they really didn't need any of the honey that we left them, and they really didn't eat much of it. They just depleted all of the honey and the food that was in the bottom 2 brood boxes. So there was one brood box full of just, you know, like pollen, and the other one had some honey in it, and there was a little bit of brood obviously in there, but the queen does stop. She actually stopped laying, you know, in the winter time, so there was mainly just food and honey, and they completely depleted those boxes. And so yeah, they didn't even really touch the flow hive. So actually earlier in March, I believe, or it could have been April, it was right before we moved to our new property, which was April 11th, around that time. Right before that, we harvested all of our flow frames. And the reason why we did that is because it is nectar season for us now. We are in springtime where there's tons of blooms everywhere, so there was no need for them to have the honey that they had made last year in the flow frames, because there's plenty of honey and nectar for them to go and forage and grab, you know, out in nature now. So we did actually harvest everything. We got, like, I think it was 22 pounds of honey, what was left in the flow frames, and so that was pretty awesome. And so then one of the brood boxes was completely empty because that had food and honey in it, and they completely ate all of it. And the bottom one, the queen started putting you know, brood back into it. So what we did was we flipped the boxes so that the top box that was, or sorry, the bottom box that was empty was now the top box, and they focus usually more on the top box. So we flipped it, and then they immediately started filling it up with brood and honey and food, and then quickly after that they almost had it completely filled. So then that's why we added the flow box back on. But I do think that because our hive is so healthy and so strong, that we do need to add another box on top of that. So we will be adding another box for that. But they did really, really well. Our bees are thriving. They're really strong. And everything that we did for the winter time was perfect for them, and we probably will most likely do the same exact thing this year around, and obviously make sure that they have tons of honey, because that's what's most important, is that our bees survive the winter time. We don't need honey. We've got tons of honey from previous harvests, so we really don't need the honey, and we would rather them survive. So that is definitely it now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.